The locals warned them about the caves, spinning tales of eerie happenings and vanishings, but the thrill-seeking group of spelunkers dismissed the old legends as mere superstitions. Undeterred, they descended into the yawning mouth of the cave, their laughter echoing against the damp, foreboding walls. The air grew colder, and the light from their headlamps barely pierced the thick darkness. They pressed on, driven by curiosity and adrenaline, ignoring the creeping unease that settled over them. Hours passed as they navigated narrow tunnels and vast chambers, their excitement masking the growing tension. Strange markings adorned the walls, etched into the stone in a language none of them recognized. One of the group, Karen, brushed her fingers over the symbols, feeling an eerie chill run down her spine. "We should turn back," she whispered, but the others laughed off her concerns. It was then they heard it, a soft, distant whisper, like the breath of the cave itself. "Did you hear that?" Mark asked, his voice trembling. The others nodded, eyes wide with fear. They tried to retrace their steps, but the tunnels seemed to twist and shift, leading them deeper into the heart of the cave. Panic set in as they realized they were hopelessly lost. The whispering grew louder, closer, as if something unseen was following them. Their heartbeats quickened and their breaths came in short, frantic gasps. The walls of the cave seemed to close in, narrowing and pulsating as if the cave itself was alive. Karen screamed as a shadowy figure appeared in the dim light, its form shifting and writhing like smoke. "Run!" she cried, but there was nowhere to go. The cave's malevolent presence grew stronger, and they could feel eyes watching them from the darkness. They stumbled through the tunnels, their footsteps echoing with increasing urgency. One by one, the group vanished into the darkness, their screams swallowed by the cave. Michael was the first to disappear, dragged away by an unseen force. His cries for help echoed in the chamber before abruptly cutting off. Panic surged through the remaining spelunkers as they desperately tried to find a way out, but the cave's layout defied logic, leading them in circles. Next was Sarah, who fell into a hidden crevice. Her flashlight flickered and went out, leaving her in pitch blackness. The others heard her terrified sobs growing faint before silence fell once more. Mark and Karen clung to each other, their fear palpable. The whispering was deafening now, a chorus of voices speaking in a language they couldn't understand. Finally, Mark was seized by the same shadowy figure that had taken Michael. He struggled, but it was futile. Karen was the last, her headlamp flickering as she backed into a corner. The shadow loomed over her, its cold, ethereal touch freezing her in place. Her screams were the last sound that echoed through the cave before silence reclaimed the space. The next day, the search party found the entrance to the cave, but there was no sign of the spelunkers. The cave was silent, its depths hiding whatever horrors had claimed them. The locals, steeped in the old legends, knew better than to disturb the cave, leaving it to its dark secrets and the whispers of the lost. They spoke of a malevolent spirit, a guardian of the ancient markings, and warned any who would listen that those who entered its domain were never seen again. And so, the cave remained untouched, a place of shadows and echoes, where the laughter of the adventurous was replaced by the haunting whispers of the vanished.